Today on Ask Bloop, is there a point to getting into 2D animation? Welcome to Ask Bloop, more here from bloopanimation.com. It's Friday and it's time for your questions. Will you ever make a feature-length animated film? Making an animated feature film might look like it's the logical next step after making an animated short, but you gotta understand that the difference is huge. Unlike with live action, in which you can, if you really bootstrap, find a way to make a feature with, say, $100,000 or even $30,000, like the Blair Witch Project. You just can't do that with animation. It's too expensive. Sure, I definitely think that in the future, if things keep going the way they do, we will produce an animated feature, but it will probably take many years. There are a lot of stuff that I'll probably try to tackle before undertaking such a huge project. Making an animated web series or a graphic novel, for example. What's your opinion on mocap animation? Do you think motion capture is worth using? Motion capture is great for creating CG characters for live action films like Gollum in Lord of the Rings or the apes in Planet of the Apes. I don't think it should be used for a movie like Up or The Incredibles. Animation is an art form. Copying reality and transferring it to a computer to duplicate movement loses the whole point. Why make an animation to begin with? Whenever we see examples of how amazing this technology is getting, I always hear animators say stuff like, oh no, we're gonna lose our jobs. But that's just not true. Motion capture shouldn't and doesn't compete with pure animation. It's used for different things. I'm a fan of traditional animation. I was wondering if it's alright for me to focus on that or if I should hone my skills in 3D. I understand that's where the market is, but that's not where my heart is. On the one hand, I want to tell you that there's no point getting into classic hand-drawn animation. It's an industry in decline, and while there will still be jobs for it, they will only become more rare. I would never recommend anyone to study for an industry that isn't growing. On the other hand, though, I don't want to tell you to go study something your heart isn't into. I'm all for following your dreams, and I believe that if you're really passionate and hardworking, you can make a living doing what you love. There is work for 2D animation after all, and we even teach it on our own site. What I can try to do is maybe open your eyes to see that doing 3D animation might be something that you actually could love as much as traditional animation. It's all basically the same thing after all, giving life to characters and telling stories. You might have been intimidated by 3D animation because of how technical it is and how complicated the programs are. But I think this is just a hurdle you have to get over. Maybe try taking a course in 3D animation just to see what it's like. And maybe you'll discover you actually can enjoy it. If you're absolutely sure you want to do traditional animation though, go for it all the way. Work hard and be the best that you can. I personally love 2D and I would be very happy to see it making a comeback. That's all the questions for today. If you have one, post it in the comment section below. And if you want to stay updated on animation news, new tutorials, or see if your question was answered, click the subscribe button. Right around here. See you next week.